All right, so I'm here in Beijing and I'm going to head into the Walmart to see what the prices are like here in China. And I'm in the United States and I'm going to go into the Walmart to see what the prices are here to show you the difference. So let's go inside and see if we can buy the same items and see what it comes out to at the end. You want to get a Christmas tree? They even have Christmas displays in here. Yeah, quite surprising. But we don't need a Christmas tree. We are gonna go looking for some basic items for this video.
Yes.
All right, so one of the most American things probably is Coca-Cola. And so we're gonna get the standard 2-liter kind of bottle. We're gonna buy this and it is $4.90. So 490 renminbi, so 4.9 renminbi. We're gonna put that in the cart. That's one of our items that we're getting because it's a very standard item. All right, now we're on the Coke aisle, and this is like a 2-liter of Coke, same that we got in China, and this price is about $2, $1.96. So we'll grab that. Oh, not too bad actually, but when I was growing up, these 2 liters were about $1, so it has gone up about 100%, it's doubled pretty much. But there's plenty of drinks here, lots of drinks. A lot more drink options, I think, than what we get in China for sure. So one of the items that your country is pretty well known for, so we're together shopping.
Yes, it is cheese.
Yes, but we aren't buying cheese today because that's an imported product. The other thing that I was thinking of is actually right behind me, and it's milk. So we'll see how much it is. How much is it?
We have different brands. There's actually some imported brands, which are not more expensive than Chinese brands, like Russian. But I think we used to buy one of these, which is like 10 renminbi for a liter. Now today we're not buying it actually, we're just showing you what it costs because we don't use regular milk anymore in our daily lives. Mostly use oat milks. But 10 kwai for a liter of milk.
All right, so we have milk here also, and we have a lot of it. It goes all the way down, but there was a pickle accident. But lots of milk. And these are kind of the ones that we were looking at in China in terms of sizing. And what we see here is it's about $3. So next up on our list is eggs. And this is 12 eggs, so like a dozen of eggs. And the price it says is about 10 kwai. And this is either on sale or it is a membership card. Otherwise it's about 16 kwai. So 12 eggs is pretty much a standard dozen. We'll put that in the cart. But you can see it's about 10 kwai. All right, next up is eggs, and they are quite expensive. Almost, so some are $5, some are $6 for a dozen of eggs. The cheapest ones I'm seeing are in these kind of bluish colored things, and they're $3.49 for eggs. That is pricey. So it seems like it's really hit and miss. Some things have gone up like crazy, and some things are still pretty much the same price or only gone up a little bit. But eggs have definitely gotten expensive. And that's only for 12. We also have all the bacon, lots of other stuff. Ooh, cinnamon rolls. Ooh, I should buy some of those. Some things you just can't get. And I'm not very good at baking because I'm not good at following instructions. Ooh, cream cheese. Can't get that very easily in China. Well, all right, I'm on a mission to try and get the same exact things that I got in China, but I might have to buy some other things. Have 2 orders. Because, yeah, it's fun being back, but it's definitely fun being back for a short period of time. I think that's how I feel. It's like a fun vacation.
And of course, Yvonne can't leave the supermarket without getting some potato chips, more potatoes, any of the snacks. Like one of my favorite snacks, potato chips. This bag of 135 grams of potato chips is 13 renminbi.
We're now on the chip aisle, and it's literally an entire aisle. It goes all the way down. And so we're looking for a bag of Lay's, because that's what we got in China, but it's literally just every chip you could want. We have chips in China, but not this much. Like every type of Dorito you could want, and Cheetos. It's pretty wild. And Ruffles and Lay's. All right, we're in the Lay's section. So we got a bag of Lay's in China, and it looks like the cheapest one, and in terms of size, is right down here, and it's $2.98, almost $3. And this is just the classic. So that price isn't too bad actually, and I think it's a bigger bag. So prices are more expensive, but I haven't felt like it's crazy expensive based on what I've seen on like TikTok and stuff. So that's a positive, at least in this state and in this area. It's not too bad, but we'll see at the end when we get the final bill. All right, so an item that everybody pretty much needs is toilet paper, and we buy these. There's like, I don't even know how many rolls, like 15 rolls or something in here, 16 rolls, and it's $18.90, so 18.9 RMB. We're now on the toilet paper aisle, and we're just looking for some toilet paper. In terms of what we got in China, we had a 12 pack, so I need to come along here and see if I can find a 12 pack and then see what the prices are. It's all over the place. Oh, here's 12 rolls. So this is 12 rolls. This is like the Walmart brand, and that's kind of the brand that we got in China, like just kind of the regular normal brand. This is ultra strong, 12 rolls, and the price on it is $13.38. So we'll grab one of these. Quite expensive compared to in China. I'm not sure why toilet paper is so expensive. If you know why toilet paper is so expensive in the US, let me know. All these prices are like $29, $18. It's all quite expensive. So one of the standard things that everybody buys is bread. And so we have this loaf, and you get about, I don't know, 8 slices. It's a little bit different than what you would get in the US, but it's about 8 slices, and this is like a whole grain. They also have regular white bread, and they have like a pumpkin. This is something new I've never seen. It's a pumpkin sliced bread, which is interesting. And this is basically 9 kwai. It's 8.9 kwai, so basically 9 kwai for a bread. But they also have raisin bread and a lot of other stuff here too, which is pretty interesting because it used to not have this. They used to not have this much bread, which I guess that's a good thing. On the bread aisle, we have hot dog buns and we have hamburger buns, and as you look down, there's a lot of bread. So this is very different than in China, where you don't have so many bread options. We're gonna go down and grab a loaf of bread and see how much it costs. So this is kind of like your standard loaf of bread, and I don't know how many slices you get, maybe 20 slices or so. Much bigger than what we see in China, where we only get like maybe 10 slices. It's about $3 for this one. If you want to get the great value, like Walmart brand, here it's like $1.78. Here we have some for $1.88, and just like your standard white bread is like, you know, anywhere from $3 to $4 down to your cheapest stuff that is like $1.20 or $1.30. I don't really know which ones to get comparable because the brands are very different. I guess if we were going to compare it to what we got in China, it probably would be a little bit better than your standard white bread, but not like your $4 loaf of bread. So maybe I'll just get this Nature Own butter bread. Let's go with some honey wheat. So you don't get a lot of pasta in Chinese stores, like Chinese supermarkets, because they don't really eat a lot of pasta. They have a lot of like noodles, because of course, but they do have some pasta. So here is a kind of like an imported penne kind of pasta, and this is about 11 kwai, on sale maybe for 8 or 9 kwai. So 11 kwai normally, on sale a little bit. So we're at the pasta section. We got macaroni and penne and a bunch of other pastas here. They come in boxes, so it's not quite the same. But we're gonna grab stuff. It's pretty cheap. It's like $2 or less than $2. This is $2.50. This is like $1.76. So about $1. Some of it is $1.50. So about $1.50 up to about $3. So we'll just grab one. Something I'd probably eat whole grain here for about $1.76. It's not too bad. All right, so I'm gonna get about a pound of beef. And so we're gonna get it here. It's out here. We found a gin, which is about 500 grams, so about a pound. And the price it says is about 20 kwai, so not too expensive. All right, so it is 510 grams, and it's 20.20, so about 20 kwai for roughly a pound, a little over a pound of ground beef. So next up is we need a pound of ground beef. And so there's different prices, obviously different cuts and different styles. This one is 1 pound. So we're gonna grab it, and it's about $6 here. It says $6.97, so about $7 for a pound of ground beef. That seems a little pricey, but you know, that's what we're doing. We're comparing prices. So we'll see.
Another item on our shopping list is detergent. As I hit myself. Detergent, yeah, lots of people use detergent. I mean, pretty much everybody does laundry. So do we. Miguel usually does laundry in our house. And we also get the Alma one. These are for, how much is in here? 3.5 liters, I think. It is $46.90. But we'll need it, so we're gonna take it.
All right, next up on the list is laundry detergent, and I'm here. We have Danes, and on the far end we have Tides, but I'm trying not to film people because there'll be more work editing later when I have to blur them all out. But we're gonna go down and see what the prices are for kind of the standard, you know, gallon or whatever, quart, whatever they measure detergent in, and we'll get one. So we're gonna get some Tide because that's like the standard brand, one of the standard brands here. And we got a standard brand back home. And so I think we'll get this one. I think this is just your standard Tide. And this is like almost 3 liters. This is kind of similar to what we got. So this is like the original, and it's $13 basically. So we'll get this one. I hope my mom will use it because I'm not going to use detergent while I'm here. I should have asked her what she normally uses before I bought it, but that's fine. All right, so next up on the list is we want some carrots. And they usually just bunch them up like this with the dirt still on it. They just pull them out of the ground. I'm going to get like 3 or 4, and it's only like 1 kwai for 500 grams, which should be like 3 carrots.
Carrots are almost a kilo, and they are $161.
161 for almost a kilo
Of carrots.
That's like what, 2 pounds of carrots for like 20 cents?
You can't even grow carrots for that.
All right, let's check. Let's get to the checkout. We're gonna walk over here and see if we can figure out the carrot situation, but it looks pretty cheap here. It looks like you can get like for 67 cents like a small bag of carrots, which I think is a pound. Yeah, so it's a pound of carrots. That's actually pretty cheap, to be honest. So we're gonna get these. It's a bunch of little ones. It just says whole carrots, but we're gonna get these, and that's actually really cheap. So not bad. I'm actually slightly surprised. Like I said, it seems like some things are really expensive and gotten out of control, but other things still seem to not have gone up much at all. So I think it's just really how you shop will determine if you're feeling the inflation or not.
Right, we have the receipt, we paid for everything, and we came down to a total of 180 renminbi and 36 cents.
Oh, okay, yeah, 180. There we go.
Yeah, 180. It was 14 products, so we paid 180 renminbi for 14 products.
So I just walked out of the store, and my total for all those items was $72.03. So not too bad. I'll have to obviously do all the math to see if it's more expensive in China or if it's more expensive in the US. I kind of feel like it might be cheaper in the US based on like income, like monthly income. But we'll see, because once we figure out all the math involved, we'll see at the end. But it might be cheaper here, which is a little surprising, to be honest. And it would be based on income, like your medium income for the area. But maybe Beijing's just expensive. I've been suspecting that for some time now. But alright, we are going to jump into the house and do the math. Alright, so I'm back home and I'm at my computer. And so in order to make a fair comparison between the United States and China, we have to have a number that is comparable. So in this case, I am actually going to use disposable personal income per capita. This is a number that I could find for Florida and for Beijing, and that will give us somewhat of a comparison. So we'll figure out what the disposable personal income per capita is per year. Then we will divide that by 12 to figure out how much it is per month. And then we can find out what the grocery costs, exact comparison, we bought the same items. So our final bill was the same items. Then we can figure out what the grocery cost is as a percentage of your monthly income. And that will be the closest we can get to see if we have a fair comparison between the two countries. So let's go ahead and figure out what the disposable income per capita is for Florida. And according to the statistics in 2022, the per capita disposable income in Florida was $54, so $54,596 US dollars. And in China, we have the disposable income per capita in Beijing in 2022 was 77,415 renminbi, so different currencies. So we first have to convert the renminbi to US dollars, so we can just do this in US dollar terms. So that should give us $10,833 a year. So we can see that the salaries in the US are about 5 times more. So if we divide that 10,833 and we divide it by 12 to give us how much money somebody makes per month of this disposable income, because this is a number that we have, then it gives us 902 US dollars. So if we look at the same number for the United States and we want to get it per month, so we have that 54,596 that needs to be divided by 12 also to get the same amount. So in the US, people in Florida make 4,549.6 US dollars. So we'll just say $4,549 compared to the $902 that they make in Beijing. But we have to do this total groceries as a percentage of the income that you make. And so when we do the percentages for China, the $25 is what the groceries was. What is that? The percentage of $902, which gives us basically 2.8%. So to buy the items in China, it's 2.8% of our monthly income. And so to buy the same things in the United States, we have to do the $72, and we get the calculation of, so 1.58. So it is actually cheaper to buy these items in Florida. Based on your salary, based on your disposable income, based on the numbers that we have, you're paying 2.8% of your salary in China for the same items versus 1.6% of your monthly disposable income in Florida. So super interesting, because you would think that it'd be cheaper to live in Beijing, but it's actually more expensive to live in Beijing. And you're almost giving double your disposable income for these items in Beijing compared to Florida. This was extremely eye-opening, I guess, for me, because I thought we were paying less in China. Yeah, I thought we were paying less, Ethel, but it's more expensive here in China than it is in Florida based on this specific calculation, and also based on what I calculated and based on the items that we bought. Obviously, we're not including rent or any of the other things that could make the cost of living higher. We were just looking at a couple of the basic items. So what do you guys think? Was this surprising to you, or did you think it was more expensive in Beijing than kind of a smaller city in Florida? Leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe, because I have some more videos coming out about my opinions and about my trip, about the US, and also about China. So give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.